So I just hit a sort of a revelation right now. Um, so I've been a part of intellectually elite sort of environments for a really long time. I did my bachelor's from one of the IITs, one of the old IITs, and I did my master's from Imperial College of Science, Technology and Medicine in London. Um, One of the things that I have realized is that everything that you do in STEM is based on intellectually mining yourself, especially if you're trying to climb the academic ladder, which is like an equivalent to the corporate ladder. But in this, you're all about research and not really all about teaching, but research for sure. Like if you want to go and become a professor at an R1 university or anything of that sort. So one of the things I've realized, the thing that my thesis is in this particular video, is that there's a lack of boundaries in most STEM academicians, where they've completely detached themselves from their social lives and they're basically mining their intellectual gifts over and over and over again in order to shine in their field. I mean, I would say that it's impossible for any person to, be that productive and keep churning out papers without being emotionally loyal to oneself. And I think, we become so disloyal to ourselves, to our emotional selves. We pour all of our energy into our intellectual self and just, engaging with science. And I think it's very, very, very unhealthy, this thing that we do. So I've come up with a new regime in which we can, instead of, using our intellectual minds as engines to propel ourselves through our life, what if we just changed our fields, not pursue science, but so that, you're not getting intellectually mined by yourself or by, the hyper, productive, like I don't know what the word for it is, like hyper productivity frenzy, that you just have to keep churning out research papers like you're just, you're a printing press of sorts. And so instead of doing that, what if we used our intellect to tend to our tender selves, tend to our emotional selves, and to organize our lives around our emotional selves and draw our careers or vocations or professions around how we feel, rather than about how we feel about ourselves and what our passions are, what our likes are, or our dislikes are, instead of just pouring ourselves into something that we may not want to do tomorrow. I mean, I find it really hard to believe that these, that professors in academia have like one single focus of interest, and that's what they go through doing their entire lives. We're curious. I mean, as human beings, I think we're very curious individuals, and I don't think that that's how it works naturally. I think naturally you're supposed to get interested into a particular thing, and then once you learn that bit, you go on to do something else. And obviously people will say that, I mean, that's what you do in academia, but again, it's in a very, 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 it's like a very niche field can have 1,000 sub niches. And that's what researchers usually do. But I still cannot believe that the same scientific methods, that the same experiments, that the same sort of theoretical knowledge that you need to encounter one particular niche or even a sub-niche, I don't think that anyone can be emotionally and even intellectually satisfied. Intellectually and even emotionally satisfied by that. So yeah, I think what I'm trying to do as of now is to use my intellect that I was previously mining toward my academic success. I'm trying to give up the chase for institutional validation, which is what the intellectual mining was sort of geared toward. And now I'm going to try and sort of use my intellect to carve out a life around my feelings and emotions. I think it's a worthy goal. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments.